Yo, it's another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. We're about to talk about victory, and you're going to listen about victory. It's about to be lit. It's going down like a fat girl on roller skates. You know what it is. Let's start the show. We got a lot to cover today. Let's get it. Yeah. You know what it is. It's another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. This is episode 192. God damn, we doing this shit. We doing it big. It's going down. Listen, I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, BBC, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus. Jesus de Gimnasio para mi gente de la Washington Heights. All right. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by the best producer in the game, straight out of the Middle East, also known as Sand Asia, the homie Nima. What up?
Let's go. Super excited. Super pumped.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Not only that weren't enough. We got my big titted girlfriend, man, in the chats. You know what it is. She gonna be monitoring the chat, kicking you out, and reading all your super chats with some big titties. You know what it is. And a fat ass. Listen, check here, man. Guys be asking me, you know, I was live, hey man, answer tits. And I'm like, yo, man, I refuse to answer that question because you can have both. We ain't out here living a life of scarcity. We got to stop letting people perpetuate this propaganda that you got to pick ass or titties. All right. You can have them both, man. That's what I mean when I say victory talk, man. We want it all, right? We want to build our money, right? But we don't want to sacrifice our health. We also want to focus on muscle. But you can't be a dipshit, right? So we're going to build mindset, money, muscle, mindset, ass, and titties.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to live in a world where I got to choose between ass and titties. I don't want to worship a God who would force me to make that decision. All right. And you don't have to, brother. You can have whatever you want if you're willing to work hard enough for it. All right. Hey, we got a lot we want to cover today. First, we got two sponsors. Right? Hold on, let me bring it up. The first sponsor is the newsletter Big Money Methods. Oh shit, this is the realest shit out. All right. You click that link in the description. Put your email address in here, boom, then hit subscribe. Twice a week, you're going to get articles on methods to make you big money, written by me and my squad. All right. Of course, I'm writing articles. We got the homie Scene A. I don't know how to say his fucking last name, right? But he's our top copywriter. What's his name? A-Man? A Ham? Who gives a fuck, right? And Chris, I don't know how to say Chris's last name neither. How you say that shit? Terena? Yeah. Chris Pterodactyl. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my.
He's definitely watching though.
Shout out to Chris, man. We love you, homie. You family, man. I don't know how to say your last name. I don't want to know. But I do know this. I know you bringing honor to it. You know what I'm saying? I know that once motherfuckers learn how to pronounce this shit and you leave your legacy, man, you know what I'm saying? It's going to reign in the halls of victory forever. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But he's writing dope articles in here. You know what I'm saying? Boom. seen writing dope articles. Of course, El Jefe. You know what I'm saying? HNIC's writing big, great articles in there, man. Yo, man, fuck with us. Fuck with us. All right. Also, Nima, it's gonna be one of those kind of episodes. I can feel it.
Those are the best episodes.
Yeah, those are the best ones. It's gonna be man. Those are the best ones. You know what I'm saying? Because the caffeine, I feel it circulating through my bloodstream. I'll take a pre-workout before anything. I wasn't about to work out, but I drank a pre-workout. It's pre-anything for me. Pre-podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm pre-fucking spreadsheets. I'm fucking with spreadsheets. Pre-accounting. Anytime I want to get turned up. Do the kids still say turned up? I don't know what you kids are saying, man. But when I want to get crunk, when I want to crunk my swag up, are the kids still saying those words? When I want to crunk my swag up, I drink some pre-workout. It's ready to go, man. Pre-anything. Hey, pro tip. Before we get into sponsor, this is a pro tip. Y'all need to know this. If you have not taken pre-workout before sexual intercourse, you're basically a virgin. You're basically a virgin, man. Because you ain't never really had sex. And your girl, she ain't had no pre-workout dick. Her body count is 0. Because she ain't really had it. She ain't really had it. You gotta think about it. Let me say, what does pre-workout do? It improves what? Performance. Think about that, right? So you're going to have more caffeine, more energy. All right. For when you inside her vagina. Can you say vagina on YouTube? I think it's fine.
You're about to find out.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. You know what I'm saying? And check what it also has. L-citrulline and other vasodilators. What do those do? They increase what? Blood flow. What's an erection? Can you say erection on YouTube?
We're about
to
find
out. So what is an erection? It's blood flow. Blood flow, right? So now you increasing blood flow and improving performance. What that mean? Beat the pussy up. That's what that mean.
I mean, these are scientific terms.
These are fucking, listen. That's the scientific term.
It's educational.
Speed the pussy up. More citrulline. You know what I'm saying? That was worth the cost of admission right there, man. Y'all should be paying me for this advice. Yeah. Yeah, man. And then what's coming soon? Summer. Right? What you need to be ripped for? Summer. How you get ripped? Burn more calories than you consume. What you got to do? You got to do more cardio. Yeah, you could get on an elliptical machine, or you could turn that pussy into an elliptical machine. You got to work smarter, not harder, but it is harder. Pause. Because of the blood flow. I don't understand why nobody's talking about this. Nima, why am I the only one? Why I got to be the only one giving out the good advice?
Because they're withholding the truth, you know?
Yep. They gatekeep it.
Yep. They
gatekeep it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, pre-workout before sexual intercourse. And then, man, listen. Everybody's gonna be happy. And then what happens is you get, you get a reputation in these streets. You might get some Amazon review. It's like an Amazon review. Girls shout you out. You know what I'm saying? You get a referral. Right? Word of mouth is the best marketing. Am I right? I don't think that's disputable. Y'all, listen, man. Y'all ain't ready for that shit, man. Listen, we got another sponsor. Dot Repellent. Dot Repellent is the easy to apply spray that keeps the hose away. There's a lot of good women in the world, but there's a lot of bad women in the world, right? Some of them are dots, skanks, sluts, hoes, slut hoes, stank hoes, scallywags, Jezebels, skeezers, Puerto Ricans. I'm joking. Me gente, man. Mi gente mucho peligroso, you know. Anyway, this thought repellent has been genetically engineered to only repel thoughts and other women that have devious intention. But good women, good church going women, or mosque going women, Nima, I don't know, nobody, let the record show, nobody loves Islam more than me. I want everyone to know that. Hey, I love all of y'all. I'm hiring them. Nobody loves Islam more than me. Anyway. Right? Well, everybody knows that. Anyway. Right? Those kind of good women, man, they gonna be like, oh, you just smell delicious. But the thought skank, scallywags, hoes, bitches with tattoos, purple hair, like they ain't gonna be able to get near you, man. You can spray this shit on your body and it'll be like a force field. Right? Thoughts to try to get next to you, and then they just start coughing and go into seizures. Some of y'all gonna have to be careful when you're wearing thought repellent, because it's gonna be a cologne. You gotta be careful when you go to family events, man, because some of y'all got some whores in your family. Some of y'all's mamas is whores. So you can't wear this around your mama, right? Because you don't want her to have a motherfucking seizure. You know what I'm saying? Unless she talking shit, then you might have to spray her ass. I don't know what you got going on. I ain't never had a whore mama, man. But some of y'all, y'all tell me. Anyway, thought repellent. We're gonna have this out. By summertime, unless you fuck up, because this is we wanted to make sure that thought repellent is funded by the people who watch the Victory Talk, the Victinators. We want to make sure it's funded, because I could have went into venture capitalists and I got this thing, right? But then now I got to answer to them. I only want to answer to the Victinators, right? I could have went on Shark Tank, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to talk to Damon John or Mark Cuban about the shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I only want to answer to y'all, right? If y'all don't make it happen, me and Nima gonna have to go on Shark Tank. and fuck with Mr. Wonderful, man. But y'all can get in on the ground floor. All your super chats go towards development of thought repellent, right? So we can have this out by the summertime. All right, because that's the breeding season for thoughts. That's when they multiply. They come out the fucking swamp and start trying to fucking breed with you, man. Have little thought babies. Right? An apple tree can only make apples. Right? Apple tree can't make lemons, right? So a thought, man, what you think gonna come out her vagina? A baby thought. And she gonna that baby thought gonna call you daddy. Then she gonna grow up and call everyone else daddy. You don't want that. You don't want that. That's why you need the thought repellent. All right. And all your super chats are gonna go towards development of that. So I think there are some heroes who have already contributed to the thought repellent the fund, man. I think they need to be acknowledged.
We have Leo. Nima needs to hurry up with thought repellent. A thought tried to ruin my life last week. Stole my car from me, and I stole it back.
My man live in GTA 6. You see what's happening? It's your fault because there ain't been enough super chats. This brother, what's his name? Leonardo. Damn. The Ninja Turtles ain't even safe. This motherfucker is an action hero, man. This motherfucker got 2 swords on his back, and Thoughts is still trying to ruin their life. Man, this brother, he's had a hard enough life. He ain't never know his parents. He get the ooze sprayed on him, right? Next thing you know, he got a fucking rat teaching him karate underground. They eating old pizzas and shit. He got to fight crime. April O'Neil got him in the friend zone. If that wasn't enough, now he got thoughts. He got to fight Bebop Rocksteady. You think that'd be hard and difficult? Bebop Rocksteady, the Foot Clan, Shredder, Super Shredder. Now you got to fight off thoughts too. God damn. How much longer must this go on? God damn. Nima, we got to get that repellent out, man.
I know.
We safe. Me and you are safe. I bathe in the shit.
Right now, it's a funding issue only.
It's just man, you know.
Product
Listen, if they don't get it out by summer, we gonna have to go on Shark Tank.
I'm down.
Yeah, this is Shark Tank, and just hit them motherfuckers up, man. Like, yo, Mr. Wonderful. All right, so check this out.
Need to do demonstration.
We got to do the demonstration. Well, we gonna have to spray a thought live. We gonna have to bring in a OnlyFans thought, spray that bitch, watch her go into a seizure. And then the sharks are gonna be fucking listen, I was in New York for a long time. I'm not gonna tell you which one, but one of them sharks is gonna be affected by thought repellent. I ain't gonna tell you who. You're gonna have to guess. You're gonna have to find out if you don't fucking give us when we go on top of she gonna be like, you sure you want 20%, bitch? All right. Hey guys. We got a lot we want to cover today. We got a lot we want to teach you, man. Hey, who want to learn how to make some motherfucking money? How to get some of this cash money? Let's talk about it, man. We got a segment called Real Talk. If you want to make money as an online fitness coach, I'm going to show you exactly what to post on Instagram. So you get, I want to show you exactly what to post on Instagram. So you grow your following, boost your engagement, and most importantly, get more online training clients. So you can start making more money than a thought with an OnlyFans link in her bio. All right. If you watch this video to the end, you will learn what to post, how often you should post, and I'll also break down my proven money-making Instagram posting formula that I've used to help over 15,000 people start their online fitness business. If you can't watch this video to the end, then you are destined to keep wasting time posting cringe bullshit that will make you no money. And the only good thing about that is that only a few people will laugh at your goofy ass because most people won't even see the shit. Because it will get no engagement. I see trainers all the time complaining about, I can't get any engagement. My following won't grow. I can't get no online clients. The market is saturated. It's all bullshit. How do I know it's bullshit? Because my students and I are getting new online clients all the time. And if you watch these videos, the most important thing, and if you watch this video in and actually follow the steps, you won't have to worry about it. I'm going to show you what to post, how often to post, and I'm going to show you why. Neva keeps typing shit, man. It's all good. No, it's all good. It's all good. You're helping me. And I'm going to show you. I forgot what I was going to say. And I'm going to show you why you don't even need a big following to get a ton of views on your reels and shit. So you can get all that and more. And the last tip is going to be the most important. Make sure you watch this whole video, unless, of course, you love poverty. You really like riding the bus. All right. So first thing we need to understand is how often should you post on Instagram? I get that question all the time. How often should I post? Well, I want to show you a video from the CEO of Instagram, the HNIC of Instagram, the man in charge. Let me run this back.
A lot of questions in the last couple of days about how much to post on Instagram. And so I did want to make sure you know that you should prioritize quality over quantity. But in general, posting more will help. The more you post, the more people you're going to reach, and the more your follower count is going to grow over time.
Oh, okay. The more you post, the more people you're going to reach, and the more your following is going to grow over time. That is the motherfucker in charge of the gram. All right. He is the CEO of Instagram. All right. He's saying verbatim, the more you post, the more you grow. The more you post, the more people you'll reach, the more your following is going to grow over time. So having that said, how much should you post? If you're not posting at least once a day, then you're not even trying. All right. If you're not posting at least once a day, you're not even trying. I have students who are I have some students making like 50 grand a month or more, right? I have one student, I'll show you some of her videos later in this, who made $1.5 million as an online trainer last year. $1.5 million as an online trainer, right? My top students are posting 3-4 times a day. Why? Because like the CEO of Instagram said, the more you post, the more your following is going to grow over time. All right. And you don't have to worry about posting too much. It's because the algorithm changed over the years. This is how the algorithm works. And this is why it's not important to even have a big following anymore. Check this out. So let's say you post a reel. This is very important. We want to focus on reels. Reels get the most reach on Instagram. Reels, you can post pictures and all shit, but reels get the most reach. All right. So when you first post a reel, all right, what's going to happen is Instagram is going to show it to a small segment of your followers. Okay. If a certain amount, we'll call this test 1. So they won't even show it to everybody. Right? They're going to show it to a small segment of your followers, right? If these people watch it and or engage with it, then Instagram know, oh, these people are really fucking with the video. And they'll show it to a larger portion of your audience. So this will be the second test, test 2. Right. This is why you can't post too much, because it's never going to show it to all your audience. You get what I'm saying? You can't post too much. Maybe like 5-6 years ago you could, but this is the way the algorithm works now. So you're going to get one test 1. Boom. They're going to show it to a small segment. If those people watch a certain amount of it, watch time is the most important metric. It's not about, if they engage with your content, that's helpful, right? If they save it, that's helpful. But the most important thing Instagram cares about is actually watch time. Okay. Right. So if those people watch it, boom, then it sends it to a second test. If those people engage with it, comment, save, but most importantly, watch a high percentage of it, right? Watch time is the most important metric. If those people watch it, they don't just skip through it, boom. Then it's going to go to test number 3. Right, where they'll show it to a larger segment of your audience, of your followers, but also it'll start showing it to new people. It'll show it to some new people, some people you don't even know, right? This is how you grow your following, right? You have to make it out of your test, out of these tests. Boom. Then it's going to test it again. But the next test is going to be more people you follow, but also more people who don't follow you, who you don't follow. Right? Test. This is why the CEO of Instagram said, hey, the more often you post, the more people you'll reach, the more your following will grow over time, right? It's going to show to a bigger audience. And then boom, if it passed that test, that's when you start to go viral, where they start showing it to mostly people who never fucked with you before, never saw you before. The blue represents new people, right? And it still show it to some people in your audience as well. This is how the algorithm works, right? So you got to make it out of each test. This is why it doesn't matter if you post too much, because at first they're going to see if they're going to test it on a small group of your audience, see if they even like it. If they like it, then they'll show it to a larger group of your audience. If you pass the second test, then it's to start showing it to more of your audience and new motherfuckers. If you pass that test, then it's going to show it to even more new motherfuckers. And then if you pass that test, boom, then you start to go viral. All right. You can't post too much. And the thing is, you want more shots at bat. You know, a broke clock is right twice a day. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, the more you post, the more you're going to, the more you post, the more people are going to start seeing it. Right? The more you post, the more chances you have of passing these tests. Does that make sense? Hope you guys are all getting that. All right. So now, what do you post? All right. So before I show you the different content styles, especially for fitness influencers, you need to know the structure of the content, the actual structure. And it's something I call the EPIC formula. Right? I teach this to my students. I've helped over 15,000 people grow online fitness businesses. I was one of the first people to start online training back in 2008. I call this the EPIC formula. All right. So the beginning of the EPIC formula it stands for engage. Meaning you have to grab attention. You have to grab attention. And this is going to be the first 5 seconds of the video, the first 3 to 5 seconds of the video. And we're focusing on videos because videos get the most reach and the most engagement on Instagram. Ever since TikTok came out, they started prioritizing reels and videos. All right. You need to understand that. They want to crush TikTok. All right. So boom, first 5 seconds. You want to make sure you're grabbing attention within the first 5 seconds. Okay. We'll show you some methodologies of how that later in the video. The P of the EPIC formula stands for premise, right? After you grab attention, you got to tell them what the shit is about, right? They need to know why they should pay attention. Why should they give a fuck to your dumbass videos, man? Right? Why should they pay attention? Okay. And this is going to be after the first 3 to 5 seconds. After you get their attention with sometimes this is called the hook. Let me make sure. Sometimes the first 5 seconds is called the hook. How do you hook people in? If you hear me refer to a hook, that's what we're talking about, right? So this is after the first 5 seconds. This is after hook. All right. And then the I is info. This is very important. You need to be if you want to make money as an online trainer, you have to post helpful information. Don't nobody want to see you motherfucking dance. Don't nobody want to see you do that shit where people point. Yup. Nope. No. You got to tell them like the fucking good shit. You got to give them information that's helpful, that help them accomplish their goals. You have to give good info. Guess what? I'm doing this shit right now. Right now, in this video is following Epic for me. This is the I portion of the video, the info, right? And you're fucking watching it. That's how I'm telling you this shit works. But we're going to condense this down into one minute or so, right? For Instagram. Boom. Info. This is where you teach. And should be the main part of your video. You're really teaching. Don't worry about teaching too much. This is the main part. This should be the bulk of your video. Right? And then C stands for CTA. And CTA stands for call to action. That's a marketing term. You motherfuckers ain't go to college. Right? But it's a marketing term, which means this is when you tell them what to do next. Right. And you typically, like, for example, here's a CTA. Hey, if you want to learn more about being an online trainer, I have a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. It'll show you how to grow your online fitness business, even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a big following. It's a free ebook, link in the description. Boom. That was a CTA, and it's real. It's in the description right now. You should click it. You know what I'm saying? Download the book if you want to make money as an online trainer. Anyway, because in that ebook I go into all these concepts in more detail. All right, but that's a CTA. You see what I did, Nina? I'm a marketing genius. All right. Anyway, but typically I did this in the fucking beginning of the video. You typically want to do it at the end, and this could be something like, hey, if you want more help with that, well, I'll show you some examples. I'm show you a lot of examples, but a lot of times is you can give away something free, tell them to download something free you have. You know, you could say, hit the link in my bio for this free shit. Or if you want to work with me, comment something below, and then you DM, you all the people who comment that word, you DM them, and you can start a conversation with them, get them on a sales call, and then close them for online training. I don't have time to go into how to close people in online training or how to train them. That's covered in the free ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training. If you want that, the link's in the description. Boom, another CTA right there. I'm the man. All right, let's keep going. All right. All right. So this is the foundation of all online content that I do, right? The epic formula. And I'm gonna show you some examples of it, right? Now, there's different styles of videos you can post, right? What I do never want to see is you just putting your fucking phone on the floor and filming you doing Smith machine squats or filming you working out. That's not helping nobody. It's just fucking showing off, right? Your information, you have to post information that helps people accomplish their goals. And a good way to do that is a video format we call talking head. Right. Talking. This is when you are just talking in front of the camera. You may use some B-roll on top of it. Right. Here's an example. This is an example from one of my students, Corey Armstrong. Corey made $400,000 last year as an online trainer. He's one of my star students. Let me show you a talking head video where he's going to give a lot of advice.
To lose body fat.
Oh, let me run it back. Let me run it back.
Ways to lose body fat. Watch what you do.
All right. So boom, the hook, the hook or the E in engagement. Ways to lose body fat. Boom. Now he's gonna go into the premise.
Drink. And there's 3 drinks that keep your stomach big as hell.
All right. So he's about to tell you the 3 drinks that keep your stomach big as hell. Right. That's like the premise. Right. So now he's gonna go into the info.
Alcohol. Alcoholic beverages kill your body's ability to repair from workouts and metabolize fat. The second drink is sugary, sweet drinks. like fruit juice, soda. It has no nutritional value. And if you ain't running the marathon as soon as you drink it, that shit is going to sit on you and keep your stomach big. 0-calorie beverages. A lot of you guys fill your day with this, but don't recognize that this actually triggers your body to think that it's getting sugar and make your sugar cravings go crazy. Instead, just keep it simple. Do these 3. Water. Water is going to help your body.
And you see the bulk of the video is him teaching. I'm telling you, the info has to be the most important. It's the most important part, but you still have to get them to get their attention, and you still have to tell them why they should pay attention, right? So okay.
Metabolize fat better and keep your cravings low. Coffee, black coffee to be exact. Don't be adding them fucking sugars and creamers and sweeteners to it, jacking the calories up. It's going to curb that appetite, and the caffeine in it is actually going to help you burn more calories at rest. Unsweetened tea, tons of antioxidants, mild caffeine to help with calorie burning as well. Easiest way.
All right, cool. Now he didn't do the CTA on this one. I don't know why he's fucking up, right? But you know, that was a excellent example. He did everything but the CTA, which is fucking retarded. And also, I teach my students to basically write out good captions. You can just fucking take your audio, put it in ChatGPT, tells it to write you a caption. But people read the shit. He did not do it in the caption. I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't do it on this one. He ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. All right. Let me show you another example. This is one of my students, Corinne Sutton. He over the last he's made 3 years in a row. He's made over $200,000. Last year, he made $250,000 as an online trainer. He's a vegan, right? But he's still cool. All right. So check this out. Don't hold that against him. All right, let's go into it.
Here's the best cardio for heart health. All
right. So boom. That was the hook or the engagement. He's running top speed at the camera. Well, not top speed. He's jogging to the camera and said, here's the best cardio, right? Boom, for heart health. All right. Now we know what's up. All right. Now he's about to go into the premise.
Comes to your heart. The heart is the most important muscle in the body. It's what keeps you alive. So you want to make sure you're exercising that as well. You don't want to.
All right, so that was the premise, right? Boom. He came in, he ran at the camera. That stops the scroll. Sometimes it's called a pattern interrupt, where you do something kind of wacky or zany, right? It doesn't have to be wacky or zany, just something that's going to catch attention on Instagram and stop people from scrolling, right? Then he said, boom, here's the best exercise for heart health. All right, that's the hook. Then he said the premise. He told you why fucking heart health is important. Keeps you alive, motherfucker. Right now, he's going to go into the information.
You want to do steady state because this is a low impact cardio. You want to do something that's a little bit more high intense. Try to stick with stage 4, stage 5, switch between the two. And when you have to take a little rest, go to that stage 3. That's what's going to really keep that heart strong. If you just stay in stage 2 and stage 3 for a very long time, then you're not really testing the heart. You need to challenge it just as you challenge your other muscle. So if you want a workout plan that's going to help you get
all right, here's the CTA. If you want a workout plan, right, boom, here's the call to action.
Strong heart, go ahead and comment down below vegan heart and I'll go ahead and reach out to you so you can be nice and strong and live a long life. Peace.
All right, cool. Boom. So you see it followed the structure exactly, right? That's why he's making so much $250,000. He just does what I say, man. You can do the same. All right, boom. And then vegan heart. And then he wrote this is what we call epic caption. So you do the same thing with the caption, right? Boom. Best heart, the hook. Boom. Make no mistakes. Heart is about health. Boom. That's the premise. This is what keeps you alive. Boom. Then he writes the I in here, the info. Boom. Then he has comment vegan heart, right? Boom. So it's the epic posts. The caption follows the epic post too. People read the captions, and I'll show you some more examples of this later, right? But people are typing vegan heart in there. Boom, boom, boom. And then what's happening is he's DMing those people, sending them the free thing he said, and then he's working on getting them on sales calls to close them as online clients. That's what I teach. This is why my students make so much money. We got a formula, right? This is not the bullshit you was posting, right? You put your fucking phone on the floor in the gym. Nobody wants to see that dumb shit. Nobody wants to see you just do an exercise, right? They want to learn something, man. They want to learn something, right? And one thing it's important to know is they're showing their physique. Pause, right? Their shirts off, showing their physique. Let me give you another example. This is from my student who made the most money last year, Kelly Nicole. She made $1.5 million last year as an online trainer. Let me just check out her video. Oh. Let me run this back.
goal is to lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time, I'm going to save you so much time and effort and give you the perfect macro split. Yeah.
All right. So that was the hook. Now she's going to premise, like she did it kind of creatively. Check this out.
Yeah, that doesn't exist because losing body fat and gaining muscle at the same time is often just a dream or a marketing scam. Yes, it can happen if you're newer to lifting weights, but if you're not newer to lifting and you just stay at maintenance and expect massive change to happen, that'd be like staying at a job that pays minimum wage and expecting massive change to happen to your bank account. While change might happen.
Right. So she went into the premise. Now she's going into the info.
It's going to take many years for that to actually happen. So what should you do then? If you want to see massive changes, pick a goal, either fat loss or muscle growth, and focus on that first. Generally speaking, if your body fat percent is below 22%, then muscle growth is probably a good place for you to start. If your body fat percent is 22% or higher, you might want to first focus on fat loss before you get to muscle growth. Once you decide your goal, then you can set your macros. And if you don't know how to do that, just comment macros down below for the absolute best method to find custom macros for your goal, your body, and your lifestyle.
Seamless transition into the CTA. You see what I'm saying? That it was seamless. She did the whole thing. Boom, engagement. She set the premise. She gave a bunch of info, and then she said, "Yo, if you want more help with that, boom." And a lot of my students, what we do is we teach them to give away a free ebook or a free tool, and we show them how to put that together in a way that actually leads to sales. You don't want to just because you can give away something free that doesn't lead to sales, right? So we show them how to do that. All right. Kelly made $1.5 million at the end. As you can see, she wrote this epic caption too. Boom. But she started with the cap. I don't really love when people do that, but that's fine. Right. Macros. And she wrote, like, I'm telling you, people read the caption. Look how many people typing macros. Boom. She's hitting all these people up in the DMs, getting them on sales calls, closing. That's why this is how she made $1.5 million last year as an online trainer. All right. Very well done. Well done. All right. I'm going to show you some more content structures in a minute. But first, we got to bring in the homie Young Candlestick, talk about the market recap. Let's get it. Gregory, what's up, homie? What up, Young Candlestick?
Good to see you guys. What's up? We're going to talk about markets, taxes, and then stocks that are in rotation. Yeah. It's tax day, so I want to give you guys some simple tips to help you save more on your taxes. Okay.
All right, cool, man.
So first of all, I want to talk about the broad market, the S&P 500. It's down about 0.25% today, and it's really just not doing anything. We're talking in the morning live, like, yo, bro, I'm bored. Like it was just chopping all freaking day.
No, I killed that shit this morning, didn't I?
You crushed it. You absolutely crushed it. And you're molding me into a good futures trader too.
Hey, come on, man. Yeah. You know what it is. Yo, listen, guys, if y'all, just so you know, me and Greg and I trade every morning with the members of Victory Trades. Right. Oh, yeah. If you want to join that community, jump into our Discord. Our Discord is free, the Victory Unit. Right. And then hit up Young Candlestick. Say, yo, I want to join Victory Trades, man. I want to trade with you in the morning. You and Brandon every morning. I want to get some of this money with you. Right. And then he'll point you in the right direction. But anyway, let's keep going.
Definitely. Yeah. So last week was a super volatile week in the stock market. You know, the S&P from that 480 level rallied 14%. But this week, it's a holiday week. So the markets are closed for Friday, Good Friday. And so when the markets go into holiday mode, they tend to just chop a little bit more. And so you can kind of see that reflected on the smaller time frames. Basically, what's going on is investors are trying to price in what's going on with the tariff situation, the global economy, and it's trying to—
They terrified.
I know, right? Yeah. Terrified.
All right, now keep going.
Yeah. And you can kind of see this because of the VIX. So the volatility and fear index tells us our ranges in the market. So when you see VIX super high, you're going to see wide ass ranges. Like you might buy a stock and it might fly up like 5% if it's moving like that. Or you could buy a stock and it could drop 5, 10, 20% in a short period of time. The VIX though is coming down. So that's telling us we're seeing range compression in the overall market. So basically when the VIX is high, that's a good time to be an option seller. It's a good time to lower your position size. As VIX drops and it starts to find support, which it is right now. I got a lot of lines on my chart, but basically this is kind of the support area. This breakout from 30 on the VIX took the VIX all the way up to 60, 100%, but then it came all the way back down Now, is the VIX going to find support, and are we going to see volatility in the next week? The way the SPY is looking, it's looking pretty bearish over the next few months and even into October. I'm not saying that it can't go higher. I need to see that happen on the chart. But if we take a look at bonds, the TLT, the 20-year
I need
treasury,
that, Dima. You got to remember, I got to get that fucking sound effect. Diversify your bonds.
Yeah, diversify your bonds.
Yeah, I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping, man.
When you're looking at the TLT chart, you can kind of use this as a barometer for the global investors' belief in the United States. Because when you buy this bond, the TLT, you're basically you're loaning your money out to the US government. And so if TLT starts to break these lows, you could start to see the stock market start to crash, because the bond market kind of holds everything together. It's the credit market. You know, people are buying and selling these debt securities. People use these debt securities as collateral for many different loans. And if that breaks, that tells us that people are stopping believing in the US. And so if TLT takes out 85, that would be pretty bearish. You can also see just other markets like gold taking off right now. Gold, new all-time highs yet again.
I bought a gold at the close. I bought a gold's future contract on Robinhood. Okay, just
ride that. You could just ride that up until the expiration date of that futures contract. That's not financial advice, but you might see a pretty decent gain on that.
You know what I'm saying? I already got a pretty decent gain at the market close.
Hell yeah. And gold tends to move inverse to the US dollar. Right now, the dollar is dropping a lot. So Americans' purchasing power is getting lowered. So if you go and travel and you spend money, maybe you're trying to get a good exchange rate for euros, it's not going to be favorable. Things are going to cost more for Americans. And so the way to hedge against the dollar dropping has been gold. You know, historically, gold does a decent job of doing that. And GLD just continues to make all-time highs. I gave a price target of 310. We're at 300 already. So that is something to consider. And that kind of leads me into, we caught some good moves on GDX. GDX still pumping higher. And Bitcoin is actually kind of holding up. It's not doing terribly. It's not doing amazing, but it's just kind of going sideways. And that could be just another place for investors to hide out at. You know, if the US dollar is going to continue to drop, you need to maintain your purchasing power somehow. There's only so many Bitcoin in supply. So it kind of makes sense. Just like there's only so much gold in supply in the entire world. Okay. Now I want to talk a little bit about taxes. Today's tax day. And obviously, if you trade or invest in stocks, you got to send some forms out. A good thing to do is, if you have to pay a big tax bill, consider selling your losing stocks for the year. So I actually had to sell a losing stock this year. I sold NFE stock to pay a fat ass tax bill. And, I just had to take the loss on it. My average cost after wheeling is around like $10.50. So I did have to take a hit on that stock, but guess what? It'll offset the capital gains.
Yeah, exactly. So you get to write it kind of, you get to save on your taxes with the law because you get to write off the loss.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to sell your losing stocks first to offset your gains. And if you're long on stocks, like last time we talked about Netflix having relative strength. Netflix is a strong stock, getting stronger. Netflix isn't affected by the tariffs, you guys. You can't really tariff those Netflix subscriptions.
Come on, man.
You can invest in Netflix. You can trade Netflix. We traded Netflix over 954, caught a good 3.5% gain. So Netflix was noted long also last Thursday on the Victory Talk podcast. And so when you have winning stocks, try to hold them for at least a year. You get a long-term capital gains treatment.
If you're not trading, if it's like for like your investments,
Yeah, for your investments. You have to buy the stock, hold it for a year, then you get a capital gains treatment. Okay, so that's a big tip. If you're going to be investors get
capital gains treatment. They don't know what that means, man.
Yeah, so basically, when you're short-term trading, you're taxed at a higher rate on the gains because you're like, bitch, you're getting too much income right away. Your Uncle Sam's like, give me that money.
Get that loot, bro. Come up off that bread. Break yourself.
But if you're an investor, the government incentivizes you to say, hey, thanks for investing in the U.S. economy. Here's a little bit of a tax break. Here's a little cookie. Also, you can trade things like SPX. You can trade the indexes. And what's cool about trading the indexes is that they have a portion of their gains as long-term gains and a portion of their gains as short-term gains. So the advantage of trading SPX instead of SPY is that you do get some of those long-term capital gains taxes on your SPX gains. Not all, but you get a little bit more tax treatment. The disadvantage of trading SPX is that the liquidity isn't always perfect, meaning the bid-ask spreads are a bit wider. It's sometimes harder to get filled when you're trading SPX. So that is something to consider. We had a nice winning trade on SPX trading the gap fill. And I like to do 0 DT credit spreads. Basically, SPY was breaking up, and we had this, balance range that broke down, but came right back to the gap. So gaps are created where you close at one price and then it gaps up. Okay, cool. Now the gap has been created. If it comes into that area, generally it's going to be an area of support. So that can be a good potential entry for long setups. And then the SPX did rally after that. So trading the SPX, that's going to be really, really cool. Yeah, it was a really good trade for Victory Trades members. Some people made thousands off of that.
Yeah, if you want Greg's free trade alerts, hit our free Discord. Hit up Greg. I'm not free
trade alerts aren't free.
If you want Greg's trade alerts, you got to join Victory Trades, and it's not free, right? But it's super inexpensive, and you can get Greg's trade alerts to your phone, and you can actually trade with us live every morning. We have a great time. You see me. I trade futures. Greg trades a bunch of shit. But I only trade futures in the morning. ES futures.
Yeah,
but now I'm swing trading. I'm swing trading motherfucking gold futures right now. I'll trade anything, man. I'll trade.
And that's a good trade right now. You're at all-time highs and you have the wind at your back.
I want to talk to you about gold. Well, check it out. Since we're here, right? On the daily chart, it was high basing, right?
Yep. You have a little rest.
It broke out.
That's it.
I had a feeling it was going to break out. So I set a fucking buy order over the highs, and you see what it is.
A big
I use your setup.
A big saying in trading is buy all-time highs and sell all-time lows. Obviously, it doesn't work every single time, but if something's making all-time highs, it's telling you, hey, investors are parking their money here. It's likely that trend is likely going to continue. You have to assume that a trend in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by an equal or opposite force.
Would you how you feel about, because last year we rode that Celsius wave.
Yeah.
Are we saying gold really this year, man? Are we saying, because you called out gold like weeks ago?
Yeah.
Did we give him the free trade, man? We saying gold? What do you think? Is gold? Are we riding gold 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has some upside. It becomes riskier and riskier the higher that it goes.
Yeah.
I think when it's this high, you do kind of need to wait for the RSI to maybe get to oversold conditions if you're going to swing trade it or hold it for a longer period of time. Otherwise, you can hop on the intraday time frame. Here's a little 5-minute high base. Maybe you want to buy right over those highs, place your stop loss right here, and see if you can't make some money there. That's just my take on it, though. If you just want to kind of buy and hold gold, you can do GLD. You get the price appreciation. This is the gold ETF. You can do GLDI if you want income from gold. So it's a big misconception that you can't cash flow gold. You can just buy GLDI, and every month it'll start spitting out cash flow. So that does all the work.
What's cool with the futures is like the leverage is like 19-1, like 19, right?
Yeah, you can get some good moves just off MGC. Like I'll trade
the micro gold futures. Yeah,
just like 2 or 3 contracts. You can make like $100 in like 5 minutes,
bro.
It's peaceful too. Like it's liquid. Like the bid-ask spreads are tight, so you don't pay a lot to get into the trade. You don't pay a lot to get out of the trade. So I like that. I like all of these different gold products. I also like silver. Wheeling silver, SLV.
You fucks with silver, man. You fucks with silver.
It's gonna move pretty much in tandem with gold. It has been lagging gold for a while, but sometimes silver can start to lead over time. So if it's been lagging for a while, if silver SLV ETF breaks this high of 31.44, I'm gonna buy a crap ton of leap call options on silver. Okay,
they got silver futures.
What? Yeah, they have it's /SI for silver futures. They move decently well. Not
they
as
got
well
MSI.
as what?
They got MSI, the micros.
They should. They a /MSI. It might not be that. It should be SIM. It might be SIM. I have to double check.
I'll check. Go ahead. You keep doing what you're doing. I'll check it.
They should have micro. I would say for futures trading, gold and GC and MGC are much better. So if I'm going to trade silver, I just go with the ETF SLV. Yeah. And this is a hedge against the dollar. It's one of the few asset classes that's actually gaining traction. I mean, that other things that you can do is just park your money in BIL. 1 to 3
SIL.
SIL is the micro.
Oh, that's the main one.
Yeah, there's /SI and SIL. So this is 1,000 ounce silver futures.
Got it. SI and SIL. I was right. That's the micros.
No, I don't believe it's the micros. I'll check with you on the live.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I'll show you on the live.
Okay.
Because I have traded micro silver. But again, I think micro gold is way better.
Okay.
Just
hey,
with
man,
that caveat.
you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me. I'm long micro gold right now.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy the games.
Thanks, man.
Last time on the Victory Talk podcast, I mentioned a few stocks that I like for the longer term. I do like AVGO, Broadcom. Again, this will drop with the market. If the SPY is going to be down, AVGO is going to be down. But if Broadcom could come down to like 120 to 100, I might start to load the boat. So that's another potential longer term investment. I talked about how if you're looking for bearish exposure, look no further than Apple. I said you could probably short it near this 210 level. Since 210, Apple's down right now almost 6%. So Apple's going to get affected by the tariffs. Trump said that Apple has an exemption and other tech stocks have exemptions. And then he's like, no, they don't get exemptions.
One thing we know about the big dog is he gonna keep it interesting. All right, he gonna keep it interesting. Like my Biden administration was kind of boring, man. Like gas prices went high at one point. Nah, man, it's only been fucking 80 days since motherfucker been in office, and shit's been going every which way, right? You know what I'm saying? Biden, gas got expensive. Gas was like $5 at one point. Trump gonna keep it crazy, and I like it. That's gonna afford us a lot of opportunities to make money, especially if you trade.
Definitely. There's always opportunity everywhere. Sometimes there's more opportunities than not. It really depends on what kind of playbook that you have, and that's why I think it's important to be a sophisticated investor. Trading isn't for everybody, but I think it's important to at least know how to trade, how to hedge a portfolio. That's why we're talking about these Apple shorts. You can do this with like options. I'm looking at JP Morgan short and the banks short. You can see some of my positions here. I've got a April 25th put butterfly. So what's cool about this is I'm risking $100, but it can turn into $1,000 if JP Morgan can sell off to about 220 next week.
I missed that one, Greg.
Guess what? It might set up tomorrow morning. What's cool about butterflies is they don't move a lot until expiration. Also, JP Morgan's up. You can get a better deal. I also have a bear call credit spread on JP Morgan. I sold the 245 call and bought the 250 call. What does that look like? Well, I'm risking $300 and I can only make $200. Why would I do that? Well, it's because it's a higher probability trade. I just need JP Morgan underneath 245 by June 20th. It can be a penny below it and I'll get that $200 max profit.
Let's go.
So that's another potential trade idea. Obviously, there are some defensive sectors that are doing decently well. XLP is still kind of in rotation. It's not doing too bad this year. So that is something to consider. Kroger, I did establish a long position on Kroger today. So these grocery stocks, TJ Maxx, they're domesticated in the US and they don't do anything outside of it. And so it could benefit. It could maintain its pricing power if the prices of everything else go up because they have to ship it overseas.
Yo, when I was in like college and high school, like more college, I used to shop at TJ Maxx. You know what I'm saying? We used to hit the clearance aisle. You know what I'm saying? And me and my boys were like, yo, we got to see what the homie Clarence got for us. You know what I'm saying? We got to go holler at Clarence. And I would get some shit. I get the fucking FUBU. I had I get some. I might find every once in a while you find like some platinum FUBU up in there, man. This was 2000, year 2000, man.
Gems.
Yeah, you find some gems in it, man. Clint, the homie Clarence, man, he gonna hook you up. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, so check out those defensive sectors like TJX, Kroger. We talked about BIL if you just want to park your money. Another one that's looking interesting is Energy Transfer, ET.
Come on.
The fair value of this stock is $20 per share. So it's a little bit up there ever since it broke this equilibrium pennant bullish. But I might consider doing something like selling like some puts expiring a few months out. And if I get a sign, cool, I'm going to get an 8% dividend. Yeah. And if the stock price appreciates, I could get a 30, 40, 50% gain for selling those puts. So ET wheel is in play. If you're looking for another hedge, I'm kind of looking at MSTR. And if it can drop quite a bit, something like MSTZ can start to take off. Now, this is risky. This is highly volatile. But right now, MSTZ is trading at about $8.10. If MSTR drops quite a bit and the buyers that bought MSTR too high get trapped, they're going to have to sell into MSTR's lows, which would pump up MSTZ. So there's a potential 50% gain coming on MSTZ if the market starts to break down. I need a little bit more confirmation for that. Okay. One last stock. That has relative strength is PLTR. I like a PLTR dip buy if it could get back to 89. It has a lot of relative strength. It's looking good. We also had a really nice 70% gain on this trade Friday into Monday. We bought it Friday, sold it Monday morning. Boom, 70% gain. If PLTR dips back in, that could be a reload spot. That's not advice. What you got for me?
The only thing I'm gold. The only thing I'm really excited about gold right now, man. It's like it's defying everything. I'm really excited about gold. Any way you want to trade, if you want to buy the index, if you want the miners, I took a trade. I bought at the close. I bought the futures because you can see it's high base. It's a high base formation right now.
Oh yeah, buyers are in control. Who the hell would be shorting gold or selling gold just because it's overbought?
Not right here,
Like. That's the only reason. And if the dollar keeps dropping, we got to put our money somewhere. Like you've got to offset that dollar depreciation.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I'm feeling it, especially because I think shit's gonna get wacky over the next. Like shit's gonna be wacky, and it's one. Gold is one of those things that people fuck with for stability, right? When shit gets volatile, right? Definitely. And we know one thing. One thing we know about the big homie. Trump gonna keep it volatile. Keep it valuable. Gold started going crazy during his last administration too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You remember that, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
like it was, man. Trump gonna keep it crazy, and people gonna look for stability. I think they're gonna find it in gold. Historically, Bitcoin is not the best asset during fucking risky times.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Bitcoin's a risk-on asset. Gold is a risk-off asset.
I'm still dollar cost averaging in the Bitcoin, and I'll probably do that for the next 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a wise plan. It's a good way to diversify.
The ETF. Fuck the I don't need a fucking wallet or a fucking Gemini or Coinbase account, nerd. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I got the ETF, BITO, right? BITI, right?
IBIT is
IBIT. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I said right. That's dyslexia. IBIT. I'm dollar cost averaging into it because you can just sell puts.
Boom. Get paid to get into that.
You get paid to get in. Then when you get a sign, you got 100 shares, you get a sign. Then you fucking sell cover calls against it. So I'm wheeling and dealing this shit. You can't do that with Bitcoin. You got your shit on the ledger, in the safe, under the couch like a nerd, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
The ETF. Fuck the bullshit.
And Bitcoin's also another hedge to the dollar. And I want to make one more quick note. I have a hypothesis. So the dollar is dropping a lot. When the dollar drops a lot, it actually makes the United States easier to export goods. So when the U.S. exports goods or sends goods out to other countries, that helps out our trade deficit. When you help out the trade deficit, that helps balance the budget. So I'm thinking Trump might be okay with the dollar dropping if it can help us balance the budget. There are some ramifications to that, though. So that's just another hypothesis as to why the dollar is dropping. I'm not saying that they're forcing it down, but there's definitely more supply coming into the dollar than there is demand for the dollar. Do you have any stock for me? Any super chats you guys want?
I don't see no super chats for you.
Okay.
You know, all I wanted to hear about was, man, listen, I'm really bullish gold right now, player. I'm just really bullish gold right now, man.
I'm right there with you. I'm riding some longer term leap call spreads, riding some GLDI, still long on GEX.
Ever since I found you, ever since a fucking Victinator told me you could buy futures on Robinhood, I was like, fuck, I just swing trade this shit.
I know, right? Seriously, yeah, just buy it and you can hold it. You get some really good moves out of it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Listen, if you guys want to learn more about this, you can join the free Discord, right? And I got free courses in there about mindset. I got a free fat loss course for some you fat boys trying to lose weight by summer. I got a free course I used to sell for $200. It's called Direct Hit. It's like Insanity, but it's heterosexual, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? just some diversity. You know what I'm saying? Just some diversity, right? It's dope. And then and I got a free course called the Baller Mindset. Also, Greg's in there giving a bunch of free game. There'll be free trades in there. But if you want to trade with us, get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone every day. Every time we have a free trade alert, and trade with Greg and I live in the morning. You know, we posting our games, posting our wins, all that shit.
We post our stuff every single day.
Every day, man.
Also get courses too. So if you're brand new to stocks, I've got a beginner course, an options course, and a futures course to help you get set up.
It's all in Victory Trades, man. It's all in Victory Trades. Yeah, just go to the Discord. Hit up Gregory. Say, yo, man, I want to join Victory Trades. I want to get money with the big dogs. All right, because this is the best time to be a trader when it's volatile. Like this is when Trump get it crazy. That's when traders make the most money with the volatility. And Trump gonna keep it crazy, man. You don't want to miss out on. You don't want to miss out on the crazy. Trump gonna keep it crazy, man. You know how the big homie roll. All right.
There's gonna be a trade too that's likely just gonna pop off, and you'll make like 500,000. I can't guarantee that, but there's very likely gonna be a trade that boom, you just make a couple grand, you're good to go. Also, a quick note on the Discord: we do not DM you first.
Oh yeah, there'd be scammers in there, man. There'd be Middle Eastern scammers.
Yeah.
Nima, why don't you tell them to stop?
I gotta talk to them.
You know they're Middle Eastern or Nigerian. You have to stop scamming my followers. You have to stop the bullshit. Motherfucker. Nigga, stop stop trying to scam nigga. You can't say it. You know, I'm gonna go in there and talk to him. At the next meeting of the blacks. I'm a ask the Nigerian delegation to knock it off. All right. But again, all that being said, we won't fucking hit you up first asking you for Bitcoin. I ain't never asked nobody for Bitcoin in my life. I'll probably die without ever asking motherfucker for some imaginary money. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you dollar cost averaging into it then?
What?
Why are you dollar cost averaging into it if you'll never, ever, ever exchange?
Because I'd rather have the ETF, man. Because I can sell. Because I can do options.
Yeah, you can get.
You can't fuck with options unless you fuck with the ETF. And you know, I fuck with options, man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a great way to generate income. That's for sure.
Come on, man. All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, Brandon. See you, Victinators. Bye-bye.
I want to get into the more shit to post on the brand to make money as a trainer. However, we got some super chats that motherfuckers need to get addressed.
We have Tame for always giving us the best advice on life.
Man, hey. De nada, mi amigo.
And then we have Rish9494. I'm stuck. Should I get a tech job through AWS certs for stable income or go all in on learning marketing and making money with affiliate biz? I work 70 hours a week now. What path builds wealth fastest?
You're already maxing out work. Like, cause I've never seen nobody consistently work more than 80 hours for like a significant amount of time. That's like 70, 80 hours is usually the max that people can sustain, right? So that's dope. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? You working, right? Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't know if you should learn another job. If you should get another job, you already got a job, which is cool. Don't quit your job. Start building your business. You got to put in some more hours, right? And I think you start working on building your business, because that's going to have the highest return. It's the highest risk too, right? But you got a job, right? So you're not betting the farm, right? You working. That's what I did. I was working like 80 hours a week, and then starting my business on the side, and it worked out well for me. I mean, it didn't work out immediately though. It's going to take longer, but it's all good. All right. Hey, let's get back into the shit you need to post to get money as an online trainer. Yeah, run the intro for these hoes. All right. So we went over talking head style videos where you're talking and giving advice, maybe adding some B-roll, right? What's important to note, when you look at these videos, you can see their physique, right? I see people post, people want to be online trainers. You can't see that they're in good shape. Like, if you can't, you don't have to look like a supermodel, right? But you can't be looking like the after picture, and people need to see it. The framing needs to be right. So this is the most clothes you'll ever see Kelly wear in a video, right? But she's typically showing her physique all the time. All right. So those are talking head videos where you're talking and giving advice. Another key you need to understand with these kind of videos, you want to use a microphone, right? And there's tons of different microphones. You can get, the Rode makes a good microphone. DJI makes a good microphone that you just plug straight into your iPhone. All those videos were shot with iPhones, right? You don't need a fancy camera, fucking iPhones. That's all you need for everything I want to tell you. That's very important. Don't buy no fancy camera. All right. Fuck that shit. Just use your iPhone. All right. Here's the next video you post. I call this voiceover tips. These are easier than talking heads, right? I'll give you an example of one. Check this out. This is one that I posted. Burn fat and keep it off. Let me run it back so you can see the beginning. Burn fat and keep it off. First, you have to track how many calories you burn each day, both from exercise or just from walking around. You can track it with your Apple Watch, Fitbit, or an Oura Ring. Then you have to track how many calories you consume each day. I'm a psycho, so I keep a scale with me even at restaurants, and I track everything I eat with MyFitnessPal. And then it's really just math. For every pound of fat you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories. So if you want to burn a pound of fat a week, you just have to make sure that every day you're in a deficit of 500 calories, meaning you are burning 500 calories more than you consume each day. And if you want to burn 2 pounds of fat per week, then you have to be in a 1,000 calorie deficit each day. This is guaranteed to work for everyone, all men, women, children, all mammals. It'll probably even work for all reptiles and amphibians. However, I never trained one of them, so I'm not 100% sure. If you are a mammal and you want some help getting ripped and calculating your calories burned and consumed each day, I have a free template you can download. Just comment the word goals and I'll send it to you right away. Here's how you can burn fat. So you can see, right? Boom. Here's how you can burn fat, keep it off. That's the engagement. Sometimes the premise, right, and the engagement or hook, sometimes they're baked into each other. And I feel like it was enough right there. I didn't have to go into more of the premise. It was kind of in there, right? So sometimes they're mixed. And then I went into a bunch. Most of it was the actual info. Then at the end, hey, if you want some more help with that, I got a free guide. Boom. Simple. And if you look at the caption, I basically had the same shit in my caption. Boom. And then people are writing goals, right? So they can get it, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. All right, now check this out. This is easier than talking heads video because I just compiled a bunch of what's called B-roll. Just how do you explain B-roll? How would you describe it?
Different actions. You doing any action.
Yeah. Me just showing different actions, me doing shit, looking ripped, balling, shot calling, just me doing shit, right? Boom. And I put those together and I just spoke over it. There's a voiceover but I still followed the epic formula. Right. Let me show you another example. This is another one from one of my students. Man, she made over $100,000 her first month in my program high ticket trainer, right? She's one of our star students. The most money she ever made in 1 month was it was January. She made $40,000, and she's on pace to beat that this month, right? And she's been in my program for less than a year. She's one of my star students. This is Jen.
Guys, you have to make these protein bagels. They were so good. So you're gonna add flour, salt, and baking soda to a dish. You're gonna stir all of your dry ingredients together, and then you're gonna add your yogurt. Stir that up really good. Then you're gonna get your hands dirty, knead that into a ball. Mine was still a little sticky, so I added some more flour until it looked like this.
Watch number blocks for like 5 minutes.
Now this is optional, but I added an egg wash. And of course, I had to get out my Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning and sprinkle that on top. Look how good they look. They were so crunchy on the outside and so gooey inside.
All right, so her target, the reason, hers was a little more difficult than mine to film because she didn't just use B-roll. She actually filmed herself making this recipe, but then she did B-roll on top of it, right? I'm sorry, but then she did a voiceover on top of it. But it starts off, you can see she's in shape.
Oh my God, guys,
right?
You have to.
And she focuses on her target market is helping moms get in shape. Her target market is moms. And that's why you can see, if you watch the video,
bagels, they were
there was like a kid running around in the back. You saw a little kid. She stopped and talked to the kids about number blocks. If you got kids, young kids, you know that they really fucks with number blocks, man. My son, he be on his number block shit. All right. So it really resonates with the target market, right? It's a voiceover. She didn't really have she put the CTA right in her caption, DMing me bot. Remember, I said she didn't say it in the video. I wish she would have said it in the video. Did she say it in the video? All right, yeah. But people, if you scroll down, people are DMing her bot. So people read the captions, man. Don't get it fucked up. People read the captions. People are commenting bot, and she hits them up, gets some more sales calls. Now she made $40,000 in January, and she's about to beat her record this year. All right, let me show you another example of this. Voiceover. This is Kelly. Again, my student who made 1.5 million last year. This is her doing the voiceover.
You never saw any progress from it, listen up because this is why. A lot of people think they just need one macro calculation and eat at that forever and they'll make progress. But that's simply not the case. A lot of people need to go through a lot of macro adjustments to get to that end goal that they have. For some people, that means 15 to 30 different adjustments to their macros as their body changes. If you don't know when to adjust your macros or how to adjust them, comment macros down below and I'll send you my free macro adjustment cheat sheet.
All right, you see, man, that was super simple, right? She started with
You counted macros before, but you never saw any progress from it.
If you've counted macros before, you never saw progress from it. Check this out. Boom. That's the hook. That's the intro. And she's just talking, right? She's giving a bunch of advice. And
listen up because this is why. A lot of people.
And the whole thing is like just, a montage, basically a montage of B-roll. She's just talking over. She could comment macros. She put the CTA on top, whatever. But people are commenting macros. Boom, and she's hitting these people up in the DMs, getting them on calls, giving them whatever free shit she asks, get them on calls, and then she's selling them. And I teach my students how to sell. I give them scripts of what to say in the DMs. It's more than I can go over right now. But if you want to learn more about that, download the free ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training, and it puts you in the right track. But this is the strategy that works, right? So talking head is a little more complicated to make. It depends, right? You could just talk. I don't know how. It's not that complicated to talk, right? This is, you can just do it over, just voice over a montage. Another style of video that you can post is what I call text only tips, right? So this is the easiest kind of content to make. All right, here's an example from Kelly. Right, she didn't say nothing. It's just she just used the epic formula and just wrote it on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you what I mean. Just one more time. Just watch it. There's the hook. Boom. There's the premise. Here are the things you need to have. But here's the thing: what she did do, she didn't do it all here. I don't really love this style, but it works, right? And the CTA of the video was to read the caption, because most people don't watch Instagram on their fucking laptop like I'm doing right now. They watch on the phone, so it would have been below. And then she wrote an epic formula in the caption. Boom. Boom. All right. She went down there. I'm not going to go through all of it. Boom. Hey, comment the word plan. And I tell you, people read captions. Look at how many people comment plan. Right. She hit these people up. Use my DM scripts. Got them on sales calls. Using my sales scripts that I teach on clients. That I teach all my students. Boom. Now she made up $1.5 million. That's it. This is the easiest content to make. Right. It was shot with an iPhone. 100% it was. 100% with us. All right. I know Kelly personally. All right. Let me show you another example of this text only tips. Here's one that I think she did that's a little better. Right now, this one is, I think, is better because she's actually giving the tips on, she's putting the text on the video instead of telling them to read the caption. I think that's a little better, but both work. And she just used B-roll. Just use B-roll of her doing shit, like no montage. All right, you get what I'm saying? You see this, right? You see, it's super simple, right? And she didn't have to write as much in the caption because it was so much writing in the video, right? But boom, macros. Again, she hits these people up in the DM, use our DM scripts, gets them on calls, use our sales scripts to close them. And now she's got online clients. She made $1.5 million last year, right? I'm telling you, this is the method. This is one of the easiest methods. This is probably the easiest content to make. You just have to fucking film yourself doing shit, right? You see how this is better than what most people are posting? But you're probably been putting the camera on the floor, showing you do a bench press. You see how this is not compelling, right? This shit is more compelling and it's more helpful than just motherfuckers watching you work out. You get what I'm saying? And if you want to sell coaching, you have to teach in your content so they know you're the real deal. It's not just about how you look. It's about how much you teach, how much game you can give them. All right. I'll give you another example. Another solid video. This is transformation. You can use your transformation and turn it into a reel. Check this out. This is another example from Kelly. Right, so she just B-roll of her looking fat. You know what I'm saying? Gross. She over here looking pregnant. Boom, now she's in this kind of shape, right? You see what it is? Right, now she's fit. She looks like a fitness model, right? Right, that's compelling content, right? And then the CTA of the video is to read the caption. Remember, people think that people don't read these captions. Check this out. They read, people don't read all that. Word. Oh, she didn't have a CTA in this one. All right, so she fucked up with that. Did she have it in the beginning? Nah, she didn't have a CTA in this. That was a mistake. She wasted a bullet. But here's a different example for her. All right, check this one out. Now, okay, so that was a text-only transformation. Here's another way she did her same transformation. You can post the same kind of video with a different format, right? So here's her doing a voiceover. I think it's a voiceover transformation.
I was starting over. Here are three.
Oh no, so talking head. You'll see.
3 things I would do differently to get from here to here.
Right. So now she's showing her transformation.
Twice as fast. Number 1, instead of training 6 days a week, I would only train 4 days a week. Training too much inhibits recovery and progress and was doing me more harm than good. Number 2, I would stop trying to focus on eating as clean as possible and instead start counting macros so I could eat what I want and still see progress. This would also keep me on track longer because I wouldn't end up binge eating or going off the rails because I was trying to eat as clean as possible. And the most important one, instead of just sitting at maintenance and hoping changes would come, I would go through cycles of cutting and building. This way I could lose the body fat I want to lose, build muscle, and see changes a lot faster than sitting at maintenance. This is called nutritional periodization, and it's how I've helped thousands of women get results like this. If you don't know if you should start with a cut or build.
Here's the CTA. Beautifully done. This is why she's one of my best students, man. This is perfect CTA, seamless.
First, just comment quiz below for my free quiz. If I was starting over.
So it's kind of like it started as a talking head, but it was really just like a voiceover as well, right? But it's cool. It's like good intro started, then she went into the thing, and then she wrote all this comment quiz. Look how many people to comment and quiz. Endless, right? Again, She's DMing these people, using my DM scripts, getting them on a call, using our sales scripts, closing them. Boom. Right. You use your transformation. I don't have no examples of me doing it, man, because by the time digital cameras was out, man, I was already looking better than everybody. Right. So I'm old. I'm 42. Right. All right. So anyway, so those are kind of like those type of videos are the styles, right? You have talking head videos, voiceover, or text only. Those are the main styles. Now, what kind of content can you use with those styles? So let's give you an example. You can use transformation is one of the types of content. You saw one that was text only, one that was voiceover, right? You could also do what foods do you eat? Here's another example from Corey Armstrong. Again, Corey made $400,000 last year in my program as an online trainer. Check it out.
Here's the top protein sources to help you get ripped. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts. It's lean and it goes with everything. Lean ground turkey, uncured turkey bacon, less inflammatory, more protein. Beef top sirloin, lean ground beef. Make sure it's 90-10. Salmon, but get wild caught. Same with the shrimp. Get that wild caught. Or you can get some haddock, organic shredded beef that's already fully cooked. Or the salmon that's in the pouch. Keeping it fishy, pouch tuna or canned tuna, or sardines if you want it salty. You can get these meat sticks.
Pause.
Bison, chicken, respectively. Protein shakes, either pre-mixed or powdered, whichever one's more convenient. Greek yogurt, hard-boiled eggs, ready to go. Grass-fed jerky, and the organic cold cuts, not that processed bullshit. Here's the...
All right, he didn't do a CTA in the video, right? Who knows why, but it's a lot of good information, right? Boom. Yeah, he didn't do a CTA. Sometimes they'll post it just for engagement, right? But whatever, right? I like CTAs. Anyway, I get it. I do that just sometimes too. All right, but boom, but you see that video? That was a talking head video, and it was like, what kind of foods do you eat? What kind of foods you eat to accomplish your goals? All right, let me show you another example of the foods you can eat. That was a talking head example. Here's another one from Jen. If you give it to me. This is a text only example. All right, so this what's very important is in all the videos I'm showing, the trainers are showing their physiques. I hate when trainers say, "Why am I not getting any traction?" You're not showing your physique. What do I eat every day? That's the hook. But it's also she's showing her physique off the rip, right? Off a rip. And remember, keep this in mind. She targets moms. That's her target market. She works with moms. Baby, if you give it to me, so she said what she eats. To you. I know what you want. And then she shows her kids, right? That's very important. Like you gotta throw in things that make your target market know that they can relate to you. You get what I'm saying? If she was just like some college chick and she was in good shape, yeah, who cares? You're supposed to look like that, right? You know, but if she's a mom, okay, now other moms are like, oh man, she's a mom and she looks like that. I want to look like that too, right? And so it's important that she incorporates her family, her husband, her kids in the thing, because that's who she's talking to. You know I got it, baby. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you as long as you want. So those are two different styles of what I eat videos, right? We had Corey's style that was talking head. He was in the grocery store walking around, right? Jen, she just did text only style, which is the easiest, right? Here's another example from me.
Keto for 8 years, and here's what my pantry looks like. Come on. No, I got to keep some sparkling water. You know, tons of sparkling water up here. Then I got a whole surplus at the bottom, whole reservoir. I buy it in bulk because I drink like 2 or 3 of these per day. I like Diet Coke, Coke Zero. I'm a big aspartame fan. These are my girl's sodas. She likes these. She likes real sugar. You know, it's whatever. It's cool. Hey, man. You know. Then we got regular water. Those are good. Sometimes you want regular water. Matcha shots. I like green tea, matcha. I drink those. Thanks, Christian. Logan Paul. They send me this like every month. Primes. And they're cool. I've been doing
right. So like I show my pantry. What I hated about this video is my editors edited out when I said that not Nima, he's cool. The people who edited this video, they edited it out when I said the Frosted Flakes are not for me. So like half the videos are not for me. Right? But then you put your CTA. You can but you see what I'm saying? Like this was another talking head style what I eat video. All right. Next style of video you can post to make money as an online trainer is testimonials, right? So you can have testimonials of your clients. Here's another one from Jen. Check this out.
Moves to lose that mommy pouch.
Oh, that's the wrong video. All right, never mind. It's here's where am I at? Oh, you know what? Let me go back to Jen's page because I know she has one on here. Let me find it. I put the wrong link in there. If I go to, but you see how she's got her kids in here. That's really dope. No. Okay, here we go.
Only 4 pounds down and a 6-pack gained. Let me show you what we did. Here's my client, a busy mom of 2 who thought she had to lose a ton of weight to see results until we started working together. Between school drop-offs and pickups, we prioritize strength training and proper nutrition, not extreme dieting. So that mommy pouch, gone. Abs, showing, all without starving herself or spending hours working out at home. So if you're looking to lose fat and build muscle, DM me goals, and let's see if we're a good fit to work together.
Right, well done. Right, she showed her clients who got in shape. If you don't have clients, then whatever. You maybe use yourself. You just use your testimony. You just use your transformation. Maybe that's not for you if you ain't got. But drop goals. Boom. People start dropping goals in there. Right. She's DMing the people, hitting them up, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? That works really well. I'm gonna show you an example. This is not a fitness example, but it's an example when I do the show my online training. But you can also do it like this. I didn't do it with a reel, so I had this video, but then I showed it.
40K.
If you don't mind me asking, man, I was. He made more money. So sometimes you can do videos with a carousel, and this is just me with some testimonies from my students who I teach how to grow online fitness businesses. What you finish the year at?
Last year was a record year, man. We finished at $470,000. I owe a lot of this to you and the team, just being able to continue to provide the value and consistently being there to help. So I'm eternally grateful, man.
Let's give Corey a round of applause.
I made 9K in 28 days.
Your first 28 days in the program? Come on, yes. Right out the gate. Let's go. Is that the most money you ever made from your fitness business?
Yes.
Let's give Alejandra a round of applause.
I made
last month was about 10, and then for the year it was 245,000.
Let's give Corinne a round of applause.
Last month wound up with $26,501, finishing the year at $260,546.70.
Come on,
just
Chris.
From your online training business.
Yes, sir.
It'd be one thing if that's all Chris did. But Chris,
shout out to Chris, man. That's
last month we finished 13K. We got 220K for last year. I'm so grateful because I doubled my income since last year.
I don't know the currency exchange.
Last week I hit 10.
10 what, Justin?
10,000. I made 10,000 last week. Last month I brought it 34.
Come on, man. You made $10,000 last week. Come on.
So for September, it's been super excited, guys. I finally hit my first 20K month. I did 20.1K last month. And all right, man. I'm not doing nothing special, guys. I'm doing exactly everything that Brandon teaches.
Yeah.
Just grinding, guys, and just putting the work in.
So you can do a testimonial like that too. You can just have, if you have a bunch of testimonials like me, right? Obviously that was for online training, but like if I was selling fitness stuff, I could have did it with my clients. If you have like video testimonials from them, or if you don't have video testimonials like them, you could just tell the story of them with their before and afters, the way Jen did, right? And she blocked out their face because some people like anonymity. That's cool, right? Hey, but like these are real testimonials, man. If you guys want to learn how to do this, like download the free ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training, and start learning what my clients are doing, right? To actually grow their business, start getting some of this money. All right, let's get into another style of content you can make. Another one you could do is the best supplements, right? Here's a talking head version from Corinne. You saw he made $275,000 last year. Check this out.
Best sleeping supplements you can get right here in Publix. So when it comes to sleeping supplements, I usually stay away from melatonin because when it comes to melatonin, you can get very dependent on it. And if you get dependent, that means that you have to always use it just to go to sleep, right? So something that you could take on and off, especially if you have a racing mind, is this, GABA. All right, I highly recommend taking this. It's something that I take personally as well. I recommend a lot of my students.
One thing about this video is like your fancy editing. You ain't seen no fancy editing here, right? Not today. You don't need no fancy editing. You don't need no fancy editing, no fucking crazy. You don't need it, right? I don't want that to be a hindrance to you. Sometimes my videos have fancy editing, but I got Nima. I got a guy on staff who's really nice with the shit, right? I'm telling you, my students are doing this shit by themselves, right? Check this out.
Is to take it, and with GABA, it helps relax the body and the mind.
There are no cuts in these videos, just
it
him
helps
talking.
boost up testosterone as well. So if you're trying to build some muscle mass while you're sleeping, because that's where all the magic happens, take GABA. My second best is going to be 5-HTP. So when it comes to 5-HTP, this is really good because it helps with serotonin production. Okay. Now, if you try either or, the GABA or the 5-HTP, you could actually.
We're gonna watch this go. He's just talking about the shit, the videos, right? And then you boom, he wrote an epic caption. Boom. All right, you know, it's the whole shit. It's just working really well, right? It's just a talking head. But you could do this again. You could do this voiceover style too. You could just showing each content, each supplement you take, or you can do it text only style. You just show the content, show the supplements you take, right? Different ways to do it. You make the same video 3 times with 3 different styles: talking head, voiceover, text only. You know, you can also do what I call hacks. This is one I like a lot, right? You see, none of these are fucking bullshit in the gym videos, right? You can do videos in the gym where you show exercise, but you still want to do it like this, talking head, or you don't want to just be in there lifting and think that's gonna get you some fucking clients without teaching them something, right? But you can also do hacks, right? So here's me with some fitness hacks. I know fitness trainers, every time I post something that's like a hack, somebody says, there are no hacks. It's just fucking calories in, calories out. Yeah, dumbass. But, you know, there's some different ways to get the calories burnt. You know, I'll show you. I block motherfuckers who say dumb shit like that. Nerds. All right.
Extreme way to burn fat. First, take your body weight in pounds times 10, and that's how many calories you should get each day. You're gonna track it on your phone with MyFitnessPal. You're gonna walk 20,000 steps every day. How are you gonna do that? Well, if you're like me, when you're at your desk while you're working, you're gonna have a treadmill. Can't afford that, then go outside. Outside is free. While you're doing that walking, you're going to be listening to some podcasts on how to get money so you can get some money and afford yourself a treadmill desk. Do that every day till you hit your ideal weight. Here's an extreme way.
So I'm like that is a hack. Fuck what the nerds say. That is a hack, man. Get you a treadmill desk is a fucking hack. Fuck what the nerds say. If you say that on my every time you say, I fucking block you nerds, right? you feel free to block motherfuckers who say shit like that because they're not going to fucking buy online training anyway, right? So feel free to block those nerds. That is actually a hack, a treadmill desk, right? All right, let me show you another one of those. Another kind of what I call a hack. That was a talking head hack, right? One thing you should know, in all these videos, again, I'm showing my physique. Even if I got a shirt on, it's a fucking tank top or something. You got to show your physique. Go back into it.
Only drink pre-made protein shakes. I'm drinking protein shakes multiple times a day. So I'm not gonna be out here mixing shit up or shaking shit up and then have to do a dish, have to clean it. That. I shake this up, drink it, throw it away, then I'm back to getting this money. Every time I say something like this, or the fact that I don't use silverware, I only use paper and plastic, people say, why don't you just get it made? If you got so much money, why don't you just get it made? Listen, my housekeeper comes once or twice a week, but I eat multiple times a day. I'd have to have a live-in maid or like a nanny or some shit. It's a lot easier. Just throw this shit away. This is where I save time, energy. I can devote that time to the acquisition of capital. My favorite brand is Quest. I think these taste the best, good amount of protein, 30 grams. I'm pounding down a few of these per day. And this is an easy, convenient way to get more protein. Sometimes I just want to drink this instead of eating a steak. It's got to be pre-made because one thing I'm not doing is dishes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nanny. Like, I remember when I had got a nanny for my son. And I was like, this is dope. She comes and she does everything for him, man. She makes him a little lunch. she cleans up everything. She makes him breakfast and lunch. I was like, man, I need a nanny. Instead, I got a girlfriend. All right. So, all right. So those are like hacks you can use. I'll show you one more of these. This is a legit hack. Fuck what the nerds say.
games to lose fat. Get yourself a Nintendo Switch while you're on the exercise bike. So I'll play a game Smash Bros or Splatoon while I'm burning fat. Or you can get yourself an iPad mini and play a game called Call of Duty Mobile. And you can play that while you're on the exercise bike, dropping nukes on the haters and burning fat simultaneously. Or you can get yourself one of these nerd masks, Oculus. And what I do is I strap this to my fucking face and I play boxing game, Creed, or my favorite is Super Hot VR. You're in the Matrix shooting agents. And I notice I burn the most calories with this because I track it with my Oura Ring. And these are fun ways to burn fat. You should.
That's not a hack. That's not a hack. You fucking nerds. I hate you all. I digress. Right? If you got some hacks or some shit that you do that's different, or something you recommend that's different than other people, something unique, make a video about. I'm telling you, man, the novelty of that, right? So that's hacks, right? That's when you do hacks. Another style of video you can do is day in the life content. The reason this is cool because people love voyeurism. They love reality TV. That's why the fucking Kardashians became billionaires off this shit, right? People love it, right? But you can intertwine the shit that you can intertwine some knowledge in there to help them accomplish their goals. Here's how I do it is all voiceover style all the time. I just take videos throughout the day what I'm doing with my phone, throw that shit in CapCut, talk over it, over one of the dope ass beats I make. All right.
To another day in the life of a baller shot caller in Miami, Florida. Start my day with a quick workout in the gym.
Right, I'm showing that I'm working out, and I'm showing that I'm ripped. Right, this is very important.
Gym right before I go live on Instagram and TikTok simultaneously because I got two phones. Then my girl and I went to her photo shoot for her new bikini line. Some of her friends showed up for the shoot. I'm hoping she can turn this into a $1 billion business so I can be a stay-at-home boyfriend. The girls continued to frolic in the water, but I had to leave to meet up with my boy Eli on his boat where he was having an event. He had some food on the boat. Obviously, I had my skill.
Right, I'm showing that I walk the walk. Right, you can throw shit in there that speaks to your target market. I'm talking to trainers. Right, that's extreme for training. Now, not all trainers are doing that, but if they see it, they they know what's up. Right, and but like if Jen was doing it to mom, she would like her picking her. Dropping her kids off at the car line, making, mom shit, right? I'm doing baller shit. You know what I'm saying? But she would do mom shit. You get what I'm saying?
With me to weigh the food because if you're not tracking, you slacking. The homie Robbie pulled up to the boat in another boat. Then me and the homie Eric went to the Heat game later that night. The Heat lost, but the only thing that could cure my sadness was watching these old people dance at the timeout. Welcome.
Now I could have threw a CTA on there, right? But I don't always do that on the day in life videos, but it would have worked too, right? It would have worked. All right. Let me give you another example of day of life. I really like this content and people like it too, because it gives them, it brings them into your life. It's like your own reality show, check this out.
Welcome to another day in the life of a baller shot caller in Miami, Florida. Started off with sunrise oceanfront cardio, followed by a light body weight workout. Nothing crazy, just light work. Did more cardio while taking my first meeting.
Right, I'm showing I'm working, I'm doing this cardio. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing that I live this shit. You get what I'm saying?
Took some more meetings with the camera facing the ocean to flex on the other attendees. Got a free water delivery from this local company called No Days Off. While on one of my other balconies, we realized that Jeremy just moved into a condo next door. So I stopped what I was doing to go check out the homie's new place, and he has the biggest balcony I've ever seen on a penthouse.
Yo, Jeremy lost almost 30 pounds since this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
Then it was time for dinner in my favorite restaurant. Of course, I got my scale with me, my girl, and my boy Tom and his girl came through. Tom came through dressed like he was about to drop the hardest mixtape of the year. I don't drink, but my girl had maybe too much to drink, and that's always works out well for me.
Right. So it's like these people become recurring characters in your reality show, right? And people start to get emotionally invested with it. It's dope, and somebody asked, how do I record hands-free? I had the meta shades. So a pro tip for this is get the meta glasses, then you can just record shit all the time real easy. But a lot of shit is done with my phone. I'm gonna show you. I can show you these all day. Which one is the best? Okay, I'm gonna show this.
Day in the life of a baller shot caller. I had my driver pick up me and my son to take us on our adventure. He drew a picture of me and it's super accurate. We pull up the Build-A-Bear workshop to make our own toys like bosses. He made a Simpsons colored Sonic and dressed him like Harry Potter. Then we hit up Lego Discovery World, played with Legos, built Legos, played Lego games, and then bought some Legos to take home. We jumped back in the whip and tell the driver to take us to this slime place. I forget the name of the slime place, but it's a place we can play with slime and do slime stuff. Then we put on the ponchos and got slimed. I used to watch Nickelodeon Double Dare as a kid, and I always thought, man, one day that's gonna be me. I'll get slimed. And it happened, man. Dreams come true if you work hard. Message! You know the Carter boys had to play in the slime, roll in the slime, and run in the slime. Then we hit up Dave and Buster's. We started playing games, winning tickets, getting merchandise. Seemed like he had a pretty good day. I went to the gym to get another workout. Well,
right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just showing my life and I'm showing them different parts of me, right? These videos are important because people want to buy from you. They have to know you, like you, and trust you. And if you bring them into your life, right, it shows, it helps build that know, like, and trust. I'm going to show just one more of these because I really think these are powerful videos to make.
The day in the life of a baller shot caller in Miami, Florida. My day starts super early with oceanfront cardio and bodyweight exercises, followed by desayuno con mi novia. She was eating waffles with some big titties. I took my morning meetings while exercising, doing cardio on my desk bike or dike. This allows me to work on my fitness and my body simultaneously. Booty.
Right. So I'm showing that I'm really living this shit. You know, it's not a game. You feel me? Like then I had 2-3 workouts already. Like I'm showing that I live this shit.
For lunch, we hit up this spot called Joa Beach. They had a lot of keto options for me. My girl clearly has some sort of deal with the devil that allows her to eat whatever she wants and look like this. Then I spoke in my boy Jeremy's mastermind, where everyone said I was the best speaker as usual. Got another quick workout in before we hit up another spot for dinner. People don't believe this, but I take my scale with me everywhere I go.
Right, I walk the walk. I'm showing you I walk the walk.
So I can weigh my food and hit my macros. Then it was time to watch the Mavericks lose.
Right, and to show that I'm a real guy, man. I watch the Mavericks lose like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just one more, just to get good. These videos are really well done, are really good. Maybe this is self-indulgent, but oh, no, I already had that one. All right. Oh, let me run it back. Nima. Let's go.
Of a baller shot caller in Miami, Florida. I start my day off every day with a walk on the ocean. I see this lizard every day. I named him Lorenzo.
Yo, straight up. Like, so I'm telling you, these people become characters if you do this enough, right? And if people really like to like you and trust you, and people be hitting me up, yo, what's up with Lorenzo? Where's Lorenzo at? Right after they saw him in some of these videos. We have not seen Lorenzo in about a year. We suspect he got eaten by a bird or something. You know what I'm saying? It's the circle of life. All right, let's go.
After I catch up with Lorenzo, I hit my first workout. Then it's time for sales team meetings over breakfast. I hit the gym again like a G, then start getting ready with my girl. She got big titties and butt. You ain't got to pick. You can have both. We met up with Tiffany at a Korean barbecue spot because she Asian. Of course, I got to bring my scale with me. If you're not tracking, you slacking. We said bye to Tiffany because she was about to go get birthday drunk. Then we hit up Cartier to check out the new watches. I could not decide between the steel and the gold. I'm going to get both. Then my niece came.
Yo, my girl bought me. She actually bought me the steel one. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her.
Through, I changed clothes and took her to the arcade. We played every game twice. Then I took her to the mall. Once we got to the mall, I ran into one of my subscribers. I guess he grows puppies and sells them. That's cool. Then we met up with everybody for dinner, and that was my day.
Right, that kind of shit really works, man. They don't have to be as wild as mine, right? But you know, it's like that kind of shit works. All right, you can also post just like mindset shit, right? Mindset shit. This talking head style really works for these. I prefer it. Like, so here's an example: mindset videos. Fuck.
Or you hate dieting, or you hate.
Yo, Nima, I got too many tabs open. Yeah. A lot of these guys know this, man. What that's like. All right.
Going to the gym, or you hate dieting, or you hate anything you have to do to accomplish your goals, I want you to change your mindset. The fact that you don't enjoy it and do it anyway is something to be proud of. Because any asshole can do shit that's fun and exciting, but because you're putting yourself through something that you don't enjoy in service of a goal, in service of something greater, that sets you apart, and it makes you literally better than them. If you hate going to the gym,
Right? Just throw out some mindset. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could have said, hey, if you want some help with what to do in the gym, comment the word boom, 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 and that would have been a good CTA, Let me give you another example of this. Just mindset tips.
4 things that mentally strong men do. First thing you got to do is stop saying you're going to try to do things, or I'm trying to do this. You can't be a try baby. That almost implies that failure is an option. You need to attack your goals with a sense of urgency that looks like madness to regular people. Second thing you need to do, stop complaining. You always need to be looking forward. The third thing you need to do, monitor the way you talk about yourself, because your words are just your thoughts verbalized. So you never want to say stuff like, man, I just can't figure out how to do this. You need to reframe that to, man, I got to figure out how to do this. And the last thing you need to do is to reframe all of your setbacks as positive, because they actually do make you stronger if you move past them. I've lost money, I've lost businesses, I've lost everything before, and I came back stronger. Now I don't have as much fear because I already know if I lose it, I know how to get back here. And when you have that kind of mentality, that makes you one of the most dangerous motherfuckers on earth. Here are
right. So you see, so that's mindset. You can do that talking head, or you can do that either one, the talking head, voiceover, or text only. I prefer talking head for those kind of videos. But those are just some of the many ideas of things you can post on Instagram that will make you more money, especially if you follow the epic formula. It's going to really work for you. All right. How do I know this? Because I've helped over 15,000 people build successful online fitness businesses. All right. And I made my first million as an online trainer. Like, I made millions as an online trainer before I started teaching people this shit. Right. If you want to learn how to do it too, I got a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. That will break down this and more of really how to build your business, even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience. All right. It's a free ebook. Hit the link in the description. All right. We got anything else? Super chats? No? All right, guys. Yo, this has been the Victory Talk podcast. A lot of game today, man. A lot of game today. If we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Holla at y'all. See y'all on Thursday. Peace.